You are listening to Viewpoints from PlaceCloud. Cultural researchers tell stories of places from around the world. For the full multimedia experience and to support the creators you enjoy, visit placecloud.io.
Chawton House and Jane Austen's cottage. Chawton is a small village close to the town of Alton. The manor at Chawton had been around for a long time, but we're going to intercept the story at the beginning of the 16th century, when the Knight family took over the lease. They signed a lease for 40 years and then were offered another 60, but at this point the family were becoming quite wealthy and they wanted to purchase the manor outright. And this they did eventually. There were a few wobbles on the way, but by 1560 the Knight family were the owners of the manor and much of the parish. Towards the end of the 16th century, the existing house was altered, replacing what was probably a timber-framed hall. In 1620, the house still had a large hall for entertaining everyone in the parish at key festivals of the year, plus family marriages, births, christenings, and so on. But it also had some new rooms, including a dining room, buttery, and a parlour. Much of the house as it can be seen today was built by another John Knight. There were a lot of John Knights. He updated the plan, introducing more rooms than before, linking them with corridors. This was a novelty at the time. With the gradual move towards enjoying a bit more privacy, walking through each other's bedrooms was to become a thing of the past. He also added a stable block, of which he was very proud, a brew house, a mill house, a well house, and a pigeon house. The house as it stands today dates more or less from the early 17th century and is Elizabethan in style. The building materials for the walls were stone and brick. The more expensive stone was used for the main facade, whilst brick was used extensively elsewhere. The brick would have almost definitely been made locally, as there is clay in the area, and there are other examples of early brick buildings. Lime for making the mortar would also have been made locally. The house was eventually taken over by a brother of Jane Austen, called Edward. He took on the family name of Knight. He had been made heir to the estate after the direct line had fizzled out. When Jane and her mother and sister found themselves without a home after the death of her father, he offered them a cottage on his estate. This was a small brick cottage in the village. The cottage would have been quite a step down from their original home, the 7-bedroomed rectory at Steventon. The cottage itself dates back to the 17th century and was used originally by the estate steward as a house. After the death of Jane's sister, Cassandra, it resorted back to being a residence for labourers on the estate. And although it looks like a brick building, it is in fact mostly timber frame, with mathematical tiles hung to look like brick, especially along the garden facade. Both of these houses are open to the public and are worth visiting.